Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out for next week.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Yeah.
Someone will figure it out.
We'll figure it out. I got the
So, I
user
mean,
guide. Here.
Even
I
when
can
you
play with
don't
it
have the
and figure it
headphones
out.
on, you can hear yourself talk.
Well-
No. When normally you don't hear yourself in the headphones, you just hear everyone else.
Say again?
Normally you don't hear yourself.
And
You
see,
just hear everyone
that's
else.
why you'd be wearing the headphones, because you wouldn't have to be like, "What did you say?" Because you'd hear it clearly.
Yeah. See,
Ah.
that's what the headphones
I
are
think
for.
I'll wear the headphones.
No, there you go. It's like a hearing aid.
Yeah. All right, Casey. What are we all smoking this week, man?
Let's see here. Hold on. I had it set before we.
Oh, what, you had it set up on computer there?
I had a little thing I was gonna read. You know.
Okay.
Okay. Just
So you're
give
gonna do a little reading.
a little reading.
I can get behind that.
Reading is fun.
It's not just fun, Casey. It's fundamental.
Oh, that's deep.
Thank you.
That's deep. Is that from Reading Rainbow?
It's absolutely from Reading Rainbow. Where else would it be? Can you name another reading show that our generation, or I guess you were a little behind, but my generation.
No, I feel like Reading Rainbow was still prevalent when I was growing up.
It might have been. I have no idea.
LeVar Burton's two claims to fame.
Right.
You know, was Reading Rainbow and Roots.
I thought you were going to say Star Trek.
Nah, see, that's what you thought. That's what you expected me to say.
I wasn't prepared for you to pull that out. That kind of caught me off guard. So
Everyone knows that Roots was very fundamental for television.
yeah, it was like wasn't it one of the first like week-long or multi-series like events?
It
for
is
television?
the first miniseries.
The first
actually.
miniseries,
It is-
yeah.
It is,
Roots?
Roots is the
Yeah,
first
it
miniseries.
is.
Yeah. So this is the Undercrown Madura.
Okay.
Madura?
Madura.
Not a Maduro?
No, this is America.
America.
This is Madura. Okay. It was made in 2009 when the Liga Privada became super popular in Drew Estates, that they reached out to the workers to make something similar to their Liga Privada, but easier to manufacture. It has some of the same tobaccos, but it has different vintages and primings, so it's basically just a mishmash of leftover Liga Privada parts, which makes it the Liga Frankenstein.
What makes it easier to manufacture?
Well, the regular Liga Privada, quality control. You want the best leaf, no stems. You want it to be from all the same vintage. That's what makes the Liga Privada the Liga Privada.
Wasn't the aging also prohibitive on the Liga Privada? Like they
Yes.
aged a certain way and then only took the leaves that pulled the most oil.
Yeah, you're throwing away a lot of that plant. So they turned around and said, "Well, let's make this thing." That's
Oh.
the Underground.
Wait. So we're smoking leftovers? Is that what you're telling me?
It's like it's a non-perfect version.
Listen, don't feel too bad. It's a better smoke than the Liga Privada at this point.
Yes, hands down for sure.
Because the quality control has gone on the nines.
So we're
on the
smoking
leaves.
a leftover from a cigar that isn't made as well. So this is
Yeah.
actually better.
Yeah,
Because Swisher said, we sell a lot of these. Let's sell a lot more.
Wait, these are made by Swisher?
well, Swisher owns Drew Estates.
They own who?
Drew Estates. That's the company that makes the League Privada and the Underground and the Acids. They were bought by Swisher in 2015, I think.
Okay, I did not realize that
Yes.
Swisher was like a big name in the cigar world.
A
It is
marginal-
now. It is
I mean,
now.
I knew they're huge in the blunt world, but I didn't know about the cigar world.
They're coming up.
Well, they've been around forever.
But in the cigar, so it's a medium to medium full. It's got a lush, smooth, and creamy with a natural inherent sweetness on the taste.
Oh, wow. They go
Yes.
deep into the
Yes. So
description of tobacco.
That's what you should be looking for there.
I'm never going to find that. I don't know. But how about you
I,
guys?
the sweetness you can taste, I think. That's the obvious taste. There's a little hint of like sweetness on the end. No?
I don't. Well, no. I mean,
You disprove? You no sweetness at all?
who are you asking?
I'm
You
asking
know what I
Landon
mean?
because he has a disproving look on his
Okay,
face.
yeah, there we go.
When I think of natural sweetness, I think of like Viva La Vidas.
Yeah. I think there's some of it in there on the end.
I mean, a hint, but it's
It's not prevalent. It's not like in your face.
It's
All
a,
right, for those of us that aren't cigar aficionados, what is a? I don't even know what you just fucking said. What was that name?
it's a cigar made by AJ Fernandez.
AJ Fernandez. Okay,
Viva la vida.
It's basically the AJ Fernandez version of the Undercrown.
it's the AJ Fernandez. So it's not owned by Swisher. is what
He
you're saying.
went. I could make that. Look at me. And then he made it. He was like,
and then he made it. So what do you guys think of this? Lane, Will,
I mean, it's a good cigar.
yeah.
It's a good Maduro. We sell a ton of them. People like it.
What is a
It's
Maduro? At the size,
Aged longer and darkened.
aged longer and
Well,
dark.
cured longer, I guess, is a better way to. Is a more appropriate statement.
Because this thing is pretty dark.
So the longer you cure tobacco, the darker it gets, more
Okay.
or less.
So it's kind of the same as
That's-
with alcohol.
A gross simplification, but
But isn't that also kind of true with alcohol? The longer you age it, the darker it gets normally.
only if you're aging it in wood.
What else would you age it in?
I don't know, stainless steel tanks.
Big.
It's not really aging at that point. It's just oxidization.
I'm pretty sure that's blasphemy in some places in this world. Probably Kentucky. Stainless steel. I don't think that'd go over well. Park is different.
Yeah.
You know, that's made from Russian tears.
Yeah.
I'm like a third of the way through my cigar now.
Well, that's some fucked up bullshit right there.
We'll
It's
catch
actually
up.
not bad.
Conveniently,
It's not as strong as I was expecting it.
it's
to
not
be.
strong. It's not strong.
No,
yeah.
it's a mild. It's a mild cigar.
You know, I like the mild ones.
but we also have a whole room. So, if you smoke it out.
I don't know, Lane. What is this whiskey here that you handed me? What is this?
What is that, Casey? Westward
Westward is one you told me to pour.
single barrel. It's a barrel pick by the Whiskey Lounge in Reno. So they went in and they were sent some samples and they said, "This is the one we like." And they said, "All right, you get the whole barrel. Here's 200 bottles." I think it was actually, they said it was low yield, so it was like 140 bottles. And they got them all, and they got a little special placard on it that says Whiskey Lounge Reno.
Whiskey Lounge Reno. Okay. Well, I mean, you said something about it being chocolate whiskey earlier, yeah?
I mean, as chocolate as whiskey gets, that's the most chocolate whiskey I've ever had.
Because it definitely, I don't smell shit and stuff, and I can definitely smell chocolate on this.
I can smell the chocolate.
Yeah, I'm curious what you think of it, Casey.
I will. Oh. Oh, hello.
Well, it's a little hot. You got to warm it up
Yeah,
a
it's
little
a
bit.
little. Warm it up. No, it doesn't need to be warmed up at all.
No, I mean warm up your palate a little bit. It's like 127 proof.
All right, let me try some of this. 127 proof, you say?
Good morning.
Jesus
Good
Christ.
Lord.
Well, it's
Jesus.
barrel strength.
Barrel strength. Kick in the fucking chest. That's what that is.
Oh, yeah, it does
Oh,
have
yeah.
a kick to it.
Yeah, it does.
That's for sure.
All right, so I'm going to ask you
And
what
a
you
weird-
think on the second sip.
A weird chocolate aftertaste.
It is.
I don't know how I feel about that.
That is a.
What do you mean, second?
That is
Yeah.
chocolatey. Yeah,
Right, Casey?
that's weird.
I agree with that. I think it's fucking weird.
That's weird. I mean, it's good, but it's weird.
You know who's going to like that a lot? James.
Oh yes,
He's going to drink the rest of the bottle.
he will probably. Yes.
Wanda, too, maybe.
Well, I'm not going to say that
Wanda-
it's good. I'm not
Wanda
gonna
and
go that
her-
far.
It's a little spicy for Wanda.
Really?
I think so.
I think she'd enjoy it.
Because of the chocolate.
Yes.
It's fair.
Because otherwise she's drinking Screwball.
Well, I don't know this Wanda, but with a name like Wanda, I imagine she likes chocolate. That just seems like it would be a fitting thing.
These are facts.
Yeah, but
So was James up last weekend?
No, we haven't seen James.
No, I haven't seen James for a couple weeks. He's
Okay.
been. I think he's been hiding and working.
Probably working.
Yeah, probably working.
wait, you guys talking about the James that used to work in this shop?
No. We haven't seen him since we opened the shop, which actually surprised me. I thought we would have seen him a long time ago. He did call asking for a job, though.
Did he now?
He did.
Yep.
He wanted full-time work under the table, and I said no.
Yeah.
And then I never heard from him again. I actually texted him at some point on his birthday. I was like, "Hey, happy birthday." Nothing. Couldn't give him a job, so
When was his birthday?
his birthday is July 4th.
4th.
Oh, okay.
I was going to say July. Who gives a fuck? Nobody gives a shit.
Well, actually, I guess July 4th. Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Oh, so he claims to be
His-
born on the 4th of
No,
July?
I mean, it's on his driver's license, but his name on his driver's license is also James Doe.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I have serious questions.
Promise me something, Pinky. Never breed.
James stuff. I mean, that just sounds like he should fucking start his own cult.
Yeah, or like he got a fake driver's license.
Well, isn't that what the Heaven's Gate cult leader was named? Was Doe or some shit? Or Poe? It was Poe, I think.
I haven't.
I don't know. He went by one word name.
Did he really?
Yeah. But what do you expect? The guy castrated himself and then fucking thought he was going to follow the tail of a comet to fucking heaven.
Yeah.
Oh,
but
you're talking about that guy.
they did have some
That was
cool
like the
shoes.
90s, a long time ago.
I've heard worse theories.
I mean, that's fair, but, you know, the whole castration thing. I'm surprised, like, multiple people went through with that. Because most normal people would be like, yeah, they get behind a lot of things, but that's not one of them.
Yeah. There is a line. That's across it.
That's crossed it. Yeah.
So
That's,
you're not talking about the guy that fed Kool-Aid to all these
No. That
important
was
people.
that was
Jim Jones.
that was Jonestown, yeah.
Jonestown.
That was in the, I think,
But
70s.
didn't they?
late
Didn't
70s?
they also commit
70s,
suicide?
80s.
The Heaven's Gate guys
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
with the Kool-Aid, right? They had, did the purple jumpsuits, the kicks, and the Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
Because
that
they were
wasn't-
chasing Haley's Comet.
That
Yeah.
wasn't Jonestown.
No,
But that's
no.
just
But the-
stealing material.
But the whole "don't drink the Kool-Aid" thing, I believe that was Jonestown, and then the Heaven's Gate people just kind of copied it. With, I mean, they added cutting off their nuts and then copied the Kool-Aid thing.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't even think Jim Jones was crazy enough to pull that shit off. I mean, I could just see him trying to get his followers to cut their nuts off, and all of them being like, "Nah, you've gone too far this time, dude." I could be wrong though. I don't know much about cults. As much as I would like to start one, I don't know that much about them.
Here's the problem: is that I know in my circle of past friends who would have been the cult leader.
Well, I could think of one, but his cult, I would have been bad, really bad. It would have been a cross between the Catholic Church, the Mormon Church. Well, let's face it, every other fucking church. But they would have been focused on things that normal society would castrate you for. So I mean, that's happening.
Who are you thinking of?
Jim.
Jim,
I'm not gonna say his last name.
high school Jim?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're 100% right. No, I'm thinking of Cameron.
Oh, I mean, but that would be a cult of morons.
What?
You know, some cults are dangerous. Cameron's cult would only be dangerous when they ran out of food
Yeah.
because they don't know how to feed themselves. They'd go to Burning Man and they'd feed themselves for 1 week out of the year, and then they would starve.
The problem is, in the end, people followed him for reasons unbeknownst to me. And in the end, I wanted to punch him in the face.
Well, I mean, you want to punch a lot of people in the face.
That
yeah, but
doesn't really narrow it down.
he was
Yeah, that doesn't narrow it
he
down
was
a lot.
very, very at the top of the list for a while.
That's fair. I mean, I've met the man. I know exactly why you'd want to punch him in the face.
But it's lost on me why people would follow him in any way. But they did.
hey, man, I mean, if people were discerning and shit, cults wouldn't exist. Let's just face it, you know. As a future hopeful cult leader, I can only hope to find thousands of morons that will follow me and believe
So,
what I'm saying.
in regular life, do you identify the people that would be allowed in your cult preemptively?
No, I mean, I could just walk down the street, though, you know.
So
See a couple mouth breathers walking down the road gaping at shit. You're going to be like, yeah, they're perfect candidates.
You would never let them in.
What do you mean? They could clean my floors and shit. They could
I-
be my janitorial staff.
It would last like 2 weeks. Then you'd get bored and annoyed.
I just wouldn't be around them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I'm going to be around the general laborers in my cult. No, fuck that. That's not what you do as a cult leader. You have a throne to sit on or, you know, fucking young girls to worship you. I'm not sure. I don't know this much about cults. I'm new to this.
Well, you're going to have to create a plan.
I know. I'm going to have to figure it out. But
You're going to need a hierarchy.
I think, cults is, it's you have more fun in the cult, but you make more money as the cult leader.
well, I mean,
So
yeah.
I think that's, what kind of cult? Do you want to be in the cult or you want to lead the cult?
No, I don't want to join a cult. I want to start a cult.
Oh, so you just want the money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think anybody would blame me too harshly if I just convinced a bunch of Trustafarians to give me some money so they could live in their little hippie
Can't-
drum circle lifestyle for a little while. And then, once it peters out and people lose interest, then I have a house at the end of it and no harm done.
Can your cult's name be an anagram of cash grab?
I don't think so. That would be too hard to say. I'm just thinking of the anagrams out loud. I don't think I could get something that would be catchy, You know, because even like the most annoying or the deadliest cults had a cool, catchy name, like Heaven's Gate, right? That sounds like some shit that should be in the Bible. That doesn't sound like you're gonna get castrated and then follow the fucking tail of a comet. To
All right,
your
how
death.
about something longer? How about usury fees? Can we create an anagram of usury fees?
Maybe. I mean, well, what was John Oliver's church? The Holy Mother of something, give us money, tax exemption or something.
Yes, it's perfect.
Yeah, we got to do something like that. I don't know. What would you call a church, Casey, if you could start a church?
If I could start a church,
Yeah.
just a random church,
Yeah,
the Church of Nothing.
the Church of Nothing.
Casey's already part of a cult / church.
I think that's a church already. Isn't that like
Is there a Church of Nothing?
I mean, there's nihilists. I mean, having a church would be something. So I don't think you could get away with that as a nihilist. but
Maybe
don't
the
know.
Church of Personality then.
You gotta have
Those-
personality first.
Those are nihilists, Donnie. They're cowards.
Those are nihilists, Donnie.
Wait, what?
Say what you want about
What cult did
communism,
I
but
grew?
at least it has
what,
an
what cult
ethos.
am I part of? Hang on.
I don't know.
Go ahead, say it. Go on, big man. What do you got?
What are we saying here?
I'm going to offend a lot lot of people real quick.
We really are. Go ahead.
It's the cult of Star Trek, and you know it.
I knew exactly where you were going, you son of a bitch. Yeah, it's fucking
So what's wrong with that?
Tell me you don't know the difference in all the torpedoes in every Star Trek series ever.
Of course I do.
See, okay.
Do you know any words in Klingon?
A couple.
A couple. How many?
And I have the dictionary. So
How many times have you read it?
A couple. It's a hard language to learn.
All right. So the real question.
Do you also have the Star Trek Encyclopedia?
Both versions, yes.
How many times have you read those?
I flick through it every now and then.
How
I
many
don't
times have
read
you
it.
compared the differences between version 1 and version 2?
Well, I don't. I just bought both of them, so I'd have them.
Okay. So the real question, and this will be the judge. I'll be judge, jury, and executioner on this. Have you translated any modern works into Klingon?
I mean, does having Shakespeare in Klingon count? Because I have that book too.
No. Did you do the translation?
No, I just bought the book.
Then you get to keep your balls.
Thank you.
No castration for you.
See, look at that. It was easy.
Yeah, it's easy. But as soon as you start scribing stuff down into Klingon and then putting it in like a fucking memory capsule or whatever, we have to have a serious fucking talk because that's just not going to fly.
Nah, that sounds like too much work.
You know
Okay,
the
I'm fair.
episode
That's fair.
of The West Wing where Josh has the employee wearing the Star Trek pin?
Yes.
Does any of that ever apply to you?
I mean, I wore a Star Trek pin to work.
Any of the rest of it?
I don't know. I have to watch the episode again. It's been a while.
Casey, how was the second sip of that whiskey?
I haven't sipped it again. It scares me.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one, buddy. It scares me too.
But I will, for science, I will.
For science.
For science, he says.
There's a soundbite you need.
Oh, God.
For science?
No.
What?
The like the 3-word line from the opening of Weird Science.
I don't remember the opening of Weird Science. I remember. One thing I remember from Weird Science is what was her name? Kelly LeBrock?
Yes, Kelly LeBrock.
Yeah.
All right, it doesn't burn as bad the second time,
But it burns.
but it's definitely there.
So says the constriction in your throat.
Is that your whiskey you're talking about over there, Casey?
Yes, that's the Bernie whiskey.
Yeah, it's strong. I will give you that. It's super strong.
It's in the nose now.
It's in the nose, he says.
I like watching him drink. It's entertaining.
I mean, given his druthers, he would drink Fireball.
Would he?
Yes,
Ew.
100%.
No, you can't drink Fireball anymore because it's apparently not whiskey.
And knowing is half the battle.
No, the little bottles aren't whiskey.
Yeah, they're just
I'm
propylene glycol.
just saying, man, Fireball, like, you should know better than to drink that shit.
You have to be able to blend in to any crowd wherever you go.
Casey,
don't
you're not
think
blending
that's
into
true.
a crowd.
That's very true.
I don't think that's true.
If there was a group of Fireball drinking college kids, I could blend into that group real quick.
I mean, that's probably the only people drinking Fireball. but
Exactly, but you got to know where to blend in. I'm
don't
like
know.
a chameleon.
I'm not so sure about that, buddy. I mean, it's your lie. I'll let you tell it. But
My whiskey was fantastic.
what, do you have the same?
No.
What do you mean no?
I've already had like a third of that bottle.
So let me get this straight. We're drinking some weird fucking chocolate whiskey for no reason.
Which I have had plenty of.
Not tonight.
This
You
is
had
tr-
some good whiskey. You just said. And you're giving me and
did.
Kate
He
like
had the
you
Woodford
literally are
Double
just
Reserve.
fucking like, hey Adam, try this. Let's see what happens.
Yeah,
Yeah, you didn't tell me.
I've had it.
You're a dick.
In fact, I drank like a third of that bottle.
I think we just identified who the cult leader is. Yeah, no, try this. It's good. Yeah.
He'd be the one poisoning us.
I'm not drinking it, but it is good.
Yeah,
Trust me.
Don't drink Lane's fucking Kool-Aid. You don't know what the fuck he's giving you.
What are you drinking? Something else.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah, not drinking with the group.
Yeah, everyone's got fucking red Kool-Aid.
If you guys have both tried what I drank,
Yeah, well, what do you just drink?
the Woodford Reserve Double Oak that we had back there.
Oh yeah, that's what I had last week.
Yeah. I was just trying to broaden your horizons in whiskey.
I appreciate that. I don't
But
think it's gonna work.
I legitimately thought Casey would like it.
I mean, I like it. It's just
Intense.
it's hot.
Yes, it is. I find the chocolate flavor at the end weird.
That's fair.
It's like chocolate covered, or like coffee flavored chocolate.
I liked it after another whiskey because it tames it down a bit.
I don't know. I could see myself maybe doing a shot of that. Maybe. Other than that, I could not see myself drinking that. I don't really like chocolate flavored weird shit though. I like chocolate, but
You know,
When it's not really chocolate, it's really chocolate malt. I'm sure that's what they did with it because it's a single malt. It's all barley.
that's fair. It's not bad. It's just strong and weird.
And funky.
Yeah, and funky.
Yeah.
That is fair. That is definitely funky.
So I take it these whiskeys are not something you drink after a really good red meat meal.
You could have it with red meat.
actually, you know, this would actually go really good with a steak.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, this whiskey though, it's more. This would be more like an after dinner sort of drink. It's almost like a port.
Yeah, it does almost fill the port slot.
Yeah, I would think like this would be more like of a dessert type drink, like after everything's done.
Like this with like a chocolate cake.
Yeah,
Be pretty good.
yeah.
Yeah, you wouldn't notice the funky chocolate so much.
Yeah, probably not.
Because it would be drowned out with actual
It'd
chocolate.
be balanced out with real chocolate, so
Yeah.
it'd be fine.
I mean, it'd probably make a pretty good glaze on something. Whiskey glaze, something.
I bet it would make a great whiskey barbecue sauce.
Ooh,
That's quite possible.
that might be happening.
Like something to spread on your meat while you're barbecuing it?
Yeah, like a barbecue sauce.
Yeah. Okay. Is that
Yeah.
what you said?
Probably
barbecue
not a
sauce.
great barbecue sauce for pork, but maybe a decent barbecue sauce for chicken.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's like the Kentucky version of mole. What do you think, Casey? Better smoked than the Liga now or not?
Yes.
Better?
I think so too.
It's not the Liga is ashy. It's chalky. It's ashy. It's used up.
Well, it's definitely different. I mean, I don't know if it's better, but it's definitely different and cleaner.
All right, how much is a box of Liga Privados?
$16.95 times 20.
You mean retail?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Retail, just-
I can get 9s in a Corona for like $370.
$370.
$370.
That seems
That's a box.
that's
Excessive.
excessive.
There's so many other cigars I would buy for that price
okay.
at this point. Now, that's not the case from the Ligas that we were getting 10 years ago.
True. But wasn't 370 10 years ago. It was more like 300.
Yeah, they were
And-
cheaper.
And you were getting which ones?
The 9s, the Corona,
The
double Corona.
double Coronas.
Yeah.
$225 right now. Box 25 for Undercrowns.
Sweet.
I mean,
I'm going to talk to you after the fact on that.
it's right here on the screen there. You can look up. You can look up and see it right there, buddy.
I don't think
right.
you need to negotiate. Oh, you want me to put it up there?
Right,
Here.
see, look at that. Boom. Corona Doubles, box 25, 225 Cigars International.
Well, there
I
you go.
still.
No
speaking
negotiation necessary.
Speaking of the other James, it still annoys me that he hated this cigar when we first got it, and I said I thought it was good. I leave, I go down to San Luis Obispo or something, I come back like 8 months later. I walk in here
And he's smoking.
before it was our shop, and he hands me one. He walks in the humidor, grabs a cigar. I don't see what it is. He walks out. He hands it. As he's handing it to me, he says, "Best cigar in the humidor." I look down. It's the same cigar that he hated 8 months ago that I said was actually pretty good.
Oh, Corona Doubles.
Yeah.
$3.99
Yikes.
on Cigars International.
What cigars
so-
are these we're talking
That's
about?
the
many?
Liga Privada.
That's the Liga Privada.
That's
Oh,
the
yeah.
upgrade.
That's the box of 24.
Yeah.
So you get one less
You guys know I'm never gonna
for
remember all
400
this
bucks.
Doesn't matter.
shit. Okay.
Yeah.
It's the Liga
That's
Privada
out-
right now is the ashy upgrade.
That's outrageous.
Oh no, I won't buy a box at that price.
Fuck that. I'd buy 2 boxes of Undercrowns and fucking be set.
Seriously, you can get 3 boxes of almost anything AJ makes, which is across the board better.
True.
So what was the 225? That was a box
So
of
that was
what?
Undercrowns
Oh.
and a Corona Double.
Oh, okay.
225.
Yeah. Different cigar though.
Same cigar.
As the Liga? 9?
Same cigar.
You think? I don't.
Same cigar.
He said it'll be about 350.
How do you not think that they are the exact same cigar?
Because they have a different profile for taste.
If I took the band off that and gave it to you, and you didn't know what it was, and I told you it was a 9,
I w-
you would go, that's a pretty good 9.
no, I
Yes,
would
you-
not.
yes, you would.
No, because the pepper's not there.
There's no pepper. You don't taste any pepper.
No.
You also don't taste that bland ashiness that you get from that chalky 9.
So I noticed for me, the T52 was the one that was chalky and earthy. The 9.
Well, yeah, the T52 it's got a
Ev-
different wrapper.
Even when the 52 was oily, it was earthy.
Right.
The 9 used to be chocolatey and oily, and now it's just dry.
Okay. I haven't smoked a 9 lately. I don't think I've smoked a 9 in over a year.
I smoked one 2 weeks ago.
All right, I got a question. What makes a cigar oily?
Actual oil.
Actual oil.
You can actually see it in the wrapper.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And is
And
this,
it makes it a different cigar.
So
is
so
this a
the
good
leaf,
thing or a bad thing?
Good
I
thing.
like it.
Good thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's a nice oily sheen on the cigar. Is like, oh, that's gonna be good.
And that's coming from the wrapper.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's the excretion. Is that the word?
There'll be none of that in here, Casey. I mean, I'm just saying, this is a public building.
That's fine. Just don't look me in the eye.
What else did you want to talk about?
Don't get me wrong. I like the
What's that?
Undercrown again. I used to like the Undercrowns a lot before I got into the 9s, and since I've been revisiting the I was going to say the League of 9. So since I've been revisiting the Maduro Undercrowns, it's very different. They're 2 different cigars. But I like both of them. But I like both of them.
I question your palate.
You always
For
question
obvious
my-
reasons. Let me just go down the list of things that you smoke. Oliva, Series V.
Yes.
Don't badmouth the V.
Okay, Churchill,
Yes,
and then you smoke a Ramona Lones,
usually. Sometimes.
and then you smoke an Oliva V, and then you smoke a Ramona Lones.
I don't go
And
back
then
and forth that way. Not anymore.
You'll smoke an Undercrown Maduro. Your palate, not really broad. Just saying.
Oh,
Just saying.
no. I know what I like,
We need
so
to,
I
we
smoke
need,
what I
you
like.
need like throw in a VSG or something. Get some more Maduros from around.
Wait, but you do like the VSG.
Yeah, okay.
you do.
You've told me a number of times. Every time you smoke it, you're like, "Oh, this is better than I remember."
True. But I don't smoke it that often like I do other things.
Well, that's because it's Dominican, and the very notion offends you.
What, of a Dominican cigar?
Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
Why is that?
All Nicaragua.
I'm a Nicaraguan
Oh, you're-
smoker.
Yeah.
You're a Nicaraguan guy.
He
okay.
treats the Dominican Republic like Putin treats Ukraine.
Whoa. Whoa. Oh, speaking of Ukraine.
Oh, no. No.
Oh, so there is a subject that is remote.
I did. Okay. Look.
What do you want to say about Ukraine?
Hold on. Before we do that, I'm just going to make it clear right now. Politics is stupid. Okay? And I don't really give a shit about the fucking proxy war in Ukraine on either side.
Okay.
I honestly, I don't really think we should be talking about it, but if you want to, feel
Well-
free. I just,
Actually, Ukraine leads me into a thought that I had. And it's like Ukraine, and we're supporting them quite a bit financially.
yeah.
There's been talk about China, doing Taiwan and something else down by
Now
the
there's talk
Philippines.
about China supporting Russia with weapons,
No, I get that.
which would be stupid for China.
My train of thought is going, how many wars can we defend?
All of them.
Yeah?
Do you have any idea? Yes.
No, I don't.
Yes.
That's why I'm asking.
All of them.
Could we do 4 wars?
Our
we
prob-
just got out of Afghanistan.
We
throwing-
could easily do 14 wars just
We're-
with aircraft carriers.
We're throwing everything we have at Ukraine, as best anyone can tell. If
Okay.
I'm sure someone's going to say I'm wrong, but as best anyone can tell from what I've actually listened to that makes sense, we're throwing everything at Ukraine that we can because we don't want to fight Russia, because Russia will lose fantastically.
Sure.
If Russia engages NATO, they'll lose, and it'll take about 3 weeks. And then they're going to nuke a bunch of shit because they're not going to know what else to do. We're like, let's keep them from engaging Poland, throw every resource we have to Ukraine that they can use competently, and just keep them there.
So getting back to my understanding, though, is that could we fight for Taiwan, for Ukraine, for Afghanistan, should the Middle East want to partake in the war? I mean, how many different places?
We could level those countries, but we couldn't hold them all at the same time.
Okay.
We don't need to hold them. China, we don't need to fight a war with. Just turn the world on them and sanction the hell out of them.
And this is exactly why I said I don't really fucking talk about politics, because it's
Okay.
fucking stupid.
Okay.
And we're never going to agree on any of it.
Well, I'm not looking at agreeing. I'm just looking at discussing the capabilities of America defending 4 different wars.
You do realize that the spending budget for what we spend in military equipment is massive, right? Like massive.
Okay.
Like we spend more than 24 countries combined.
Sure. I fathom that. Yeah,
it's a
for
lot.
sure. But so is 4 different wars.
It would come down to a manpower thing, for sure.
Okay.
Because eventually, as much equipment we have, we'd run out of manpower.
Like I said, we could destroy all those places. We
Yeah.
just couldn't hold them.
Yeah, we could glass a couple of them and then keep moving on.
So we could do all of this without inflicting nuclear war.
No.
No.
No,
not.
glassing would be nuclear war.
Oh, okay.
We could turn a couple countries into a parking lot or 2.
Without any damage to the continental United States? Do you think we can? Yeah.
I mean, the winds might get a little radioactive every now and then, but
What's a little acid rain between?
yeah,
friends?
what is a little ashy acid rain every couple of seasons because we glassed a country or 2? I mean, I just liked that those German tanks that the Germans sent over when the Ukrainians were taking them apart and learning how to use them. They're like, wow, these are like Mercedes.
You're like, well, yeah.
And
same
everybody went,
fucking factory.
Yeah. What do you think?
Do they have the porpoising problem?
Probably. I bet is it Leopold tank is what it's called?
What, the German tank?
Is it what's the German tank they're building right now?
I have no fucking idea. I just assumed they used an offshoot of our Abrams.
Well, it kind of is, but I think it's called a Leopold,
And it porpoises.
and I bet you it porpoises at maximum speed. I bet you it doesn't have that problem.
I don't even know what porpoising means.
Was it
Porpoising is a bouncing up and down action because of ground effect.
was a problem in the latest F1 season?
It's a Mercedes hamper in F1.
It's a Mercedes thing.
Yeah,
they
it's
like
clearly a
porpoising.
Mercedes thing. So it's
It's an F1 Mercedes.
I mean, the Germans are into some weird shit. I think the Scheisse video is a German thing. Pretty sure.
for sure.
Yeah. Weird shit.
But I just like that their comparison to the Leopold tank was it's surprisingly really well built like a Mercedes.
Oh, yeah. Well,
And obviously I went, yeah,
yeah.
who do you think built them?
Yeah. Same fucking factory, probably.
I bet there's a Mercedes engine in that bitch.
Yeah. That wouldn't surprise me at all.
When's testing for F1 start, Casey?
Wednesday.
Tomorrow.
Yes.
At what time?
11 p.m.
Where is it this year?
Bahrain.
Bahrain.
It's officially moved to Bahrain.
Oh, permanently?
Yes.
Okay.
And so is the first race of the year now.
Okay.
So
Interesting.
It's
Is Mercedes going to be
Saudis got-
competitive?
They got a lot of money over there.
Yes, they do.
I don't know. They talk a big game,
Well, I would hope.
and that car is pretty. I like the car.
It's not painted.
The zero pods.
They put stickers on it.
They changed the zero pod, so it's got a different angle to it. They have the money this year to apply that change they wanted to make last year. So, yes, I think they're going to be competitive.
Okay. Who else is going to be competitive?
Ferrari,
Are they?
yes,
Do you believe that?
I believe that.
And Red Bull.
How long before Leclerc puts hard tires on his car when he shouldn't?
They're not going to have hard tires. Ever. They've given them all back to Pirelli. They're like, don't even give them to us. We don't need them.
Who makes the car for Red Bull?
Red Bull
Oh, okay.
and Honda.
And Honda.
Honda builds the engine,
Until 2026.
yeah, and they supply maintenance, which this year is just more about that E10 fuel because they're going for that completely green, zero emission shit.
Oh, okay.
So, which I guess causes problems.
There is zero chance that those cars are ever paying off their carbon debt.
Yeah, I know, but they can be hopeful that they make an engine oil that's
Carbon.
somewhat
What a fucking
carbon
stupid
neutral.
concept that is anyway. Carbon debt. I would just give a bunch of money and you can do whatever the fuck you want, like anybody else.
This is true. It's true, but it sounds good.
Yeah.
You know, we're going carbon.
Well,
neutral.
how do you think most of the like large car manufacturers were getting their green credits?
Oh, I know exactly how they're doing it. I just think it's stupid.
They're buying them.
I think people fucking are stupid for falling for it
Guess
too.
what? Who are they buying them from?
The government.
No,
Different governments?
no.
Themselves.
Maybe an offshoot of the South African government. Tesla. Tesla's most profitable sale was carbon credits to other car manufacturers.
Interesting. Interesting.
That's right, and we're gonna start building that truck soon in Nevada.
I think it's already being built.
Well, they're building the new plant,
Oh, okay. To build.
the Tesla semi truck plant.
Where is it in Nevada?
I
there next to the other
believe
factory?
it's a stone's throw from the battery
Okay.
factory, so it should be
Also the middle of nowhere.
also the middle of fuck ass nowhere. Yeah.
That's just a battery manufacturing.
Yes, it's just a battery plant, from what I'm to understand.
So they transport the cars over to the battery, and they put the batteries in over there
No, I believe they ship the batteries to the
to the
car manufacturing plant.
One of the manufacturing plants is in Fremont, California. The other one's in Texas, and there's a third one.
I wonder what the weight split is between the battery and the car itself.
Uh,
That would be interesting.
I would probably say it's 60-40.
Pretty sure you could Google it.
I'm sure. I'm not that interested.
But I mean, so it's all battery.
Yeah.
How many batteries are in those fucking things? Like how many batteries are in a Tesla?
I don't know anymore.
Well, like how many double A's would it take to make a Tesla car?
No, like how many of their batteries are in their car?
I don't know.
8 or 12.
That would be a fun
Hundreds, I'm sure.
statistic to put on the sales sheet, though, rather than horsepower.
I don't think
Yeah.
their batteries are.
Double A Duracell equivalent.
I mean, I think their
5
batteries
million.
are like the car batteries we have to run our cars, except they're bigger.
No.
No?
No.
Every Tesla electric vehicle comes with 2 batteries,
2 batteries, that's it?
which contains thousands of battery cells.
Right, so thousands of batteries.
Yeah, battery cells.
They just all happen to exist inside the same frame.
Yeah.
Yes.
Got it.
Well, that armor-plated box, so it doesn't blow up, or
Or
Mixed
if it
with
blows
air.
up, it fucking doesn't kill you.
yeah. What's the average burn time for one of those cars? Is like 3 days,
How long did the Rumac burn for?
2 weeks.
Yeah.
That's why that plant's out in the middle of nowhere.
Because
case it
if
lights on fire.
in case it lights on fire.
if
Like
it
they have,
goes up, it'll fucking.
yeah, they have a special fire team. They have special fire equipment specifically for lithium fires, just in case.
Car batteries, chlorine mines, and ammo dumps.
Is it bad that I want to see that? I want to see that factory just go up in a huge fireball. It would make a good internet video. You know.
There are some internet videos of lithium fires if you'd like to look them up. There.
Yeah, I'm sure there are.
It's a very impressive thing to see.
Yeah, I bet. I bet it burns pretty fucking hot. Anybody look up a movie previews?
Oh, that's right. Adam suggested that we go over the top 5 movies we're looking forward to this year.
What's coming out? Casey, you know these things. What's coming out?
I do know these things because I looked it up because I did my research.
I actually wrote
I'm
down a
prepared for
list.
this show.
I thought we were going to be presented with movie trailers.
Oh, did you wanted a list of trailers?
I made a list so I
Okay.
wouldn't forget, and then I forgot the list.
All right, we'll tell you what. I will for you guys. Let me pull up the list of upcoming movies for this year.
Well, one of them is John Wick 4 for sure.
Okay, that one I'm actually looking forward to.
That's fair. John Wick 4, definitely on the list.
Yep.
That was definitely on my list for sure.
Whatever that 65 was, Adam Driver. It's kind of fun.
I know, Lane. I know you're definitely Cocaine Bear is definitely on your
Oh,
list.
come on.
Hey, that's on number 1 on my list.
I know.
There, so you can all go fuck yourselves.
Well, it's definitely on my list.
Thank you. I like the backup. There was there's one. It's made by the same studio that made John Wick, and it's like Swedish or Finnish or whatever. It's got a weird name, and it looks pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah, yeah. It's literally it's like a grindhouse film where this guy's just fucking slaying Nazis the whole time.
Yeah, I can get into that.
Yeah.
Okay,
It looks
alright.
pretty good.
That's not-
It has a one word name. It's like Sisu or something like that.
Is it not out already?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I was here the trailer that came on earlier, the 65 million.
65 is the sci-fi Adam Driver movie.
I mean, it's clearly like it's based on the ancient alien stuff that everyone's getting behind, but it looked all right. Like it could be a good story.
well, apparently he crashes on a planet which is Earth or
Yeah.
something in the past.
I mean-
65 million years ago. It's Jurassic Park with sci-fi guns.
Couldn't they just made it like a time travel movie instead of like
I thought they were going to, but they needed dinosaurs.
I don't know. It actually doesn't look like a bad movie, but I have a hard time watching anything with that dude in it. Just because he was such a bitch in the Star Wars movies.
Yeah, I mean,
That's fair.
I mean,
but
there weren't exactly a lot of standouts in the Star
Granted,
Wars.
okay,
movies.
granted, I know all the Skywalkers were bitches, right?
They were all
Anakin was a
whiny.
bitch. Luke was a bitch. There's no reason why Kylo Ren wasn't gonna be a bitch. I just thought they were gonna make him, like an evil. Like Darth Vader is one of the best villains of all time. Kylo Ren's character,
Not so much.
a bitch. Yeah, total bitch. It was just terrible.
you got to watch that Lucky Logan.
Lucky Logan.
That's the redneck Ocean's 11 with Adam Driver, and he plays a bartender with a prosthetic arm. He's
Okay.
fantastic in that movie.
Okay.
It's legitimately Ocean's 11. But
What other movies are coming
rednecks.
out, Casey, that I have no
I'll
interest
give I'll give that a shot, but I have a hard time watching.
All right, so we're
those
gonna go.
movies.
We'll start with March. You've got a movie called Operation Fortune, and then you've got Creed 3.
Not interested in either one of those.
You've got Champions, Scream 6.
They made another fucking Scream movie.
There's Shazam,
But of course.
65. A movie called Inside, and another movie coming out called A Snowy Day in Oakland. You've also got John Wick Chapter 4, Dungeons and Dragons, A Good Person, and a movie called 1001.
How about you just go over the movies that either look great or terrible?
No,
well-
we're wasting time. Okay, so there's definitely one that I do want to see, and that I think you should pull this preview up. They made a movie about Tetris.
Oh, I saw that.
Oh, the Tetris movie.
Yeah,
Interesting.
I really want to see this movie. It looks good to me.
So Tetris was a Russian thing?
Yes.
Yes.
And the movie is more or less them going to Russia and trying to license Tetris for Nintendo.
Interesting.
Yeah, and it's based on a true story, so there's a lot of. I'm sure they take a lot of liberties.
A lot of dramatic license.
Yeah, but I've actually heard the story of that guy doing that, and it's pretty crazy.
Okay.
Because in That was the roughest
Tetris.
Russian fucking mafia and everything. Like the start of the mafia, I should say.
Oh wait, aren't they making a movie about dude, the comedian whose entire like comedic bit is based on him joining the Russian mafia and stealing his classmates' stuff from their train?
The Machine.
Yeah.
Yes, they're making a movie about that.
They're making a movie about
Yes, they are
Bert
making
Kreischer's
the
fucking
movie is
Machine
actually
story.
called The Machine.
Okay.
Well, what else would you call it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
that's
the-
fair. I would go see that.
No, the
So what else we got coming?
Well, okay, so they actually made there's another movie. I think it's called Oppenheimer about the Manhattan Project.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
with
that's a Christopher Nolan flick.
yeah. Who's playing Oppenheimer? It's
The dude from Peaky Blinders. I think.
yeah.
Cillian
Murphy?
Yeah, yeah. So I'm looking forward to that one too.
Yeah, I'll
one-
watch
that
that.
one's gonna be good.
Dune. Dune's coming out this year.
I don't care about Dune. I only watched maybe 45 minutes of the first movie before I just shut it off.
Now we're talking,
They're doing the same thing they're doing to fucking Hobbit. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like they're
putting
just
all books in one.
they're just stretching it out as far as they can. I can't blame them. You know what I mean?
Makes money.
Yeah, but they're not very far into the first book after the first movie. I don't.
They
think.
did cut it off pretty short.
Yeah. So I really don't give a shit about Dune.
Okay. I like the first film, of course. The first original form that came out, what, in the 70s? I couldn't get through.
Yeah.
Couldn't. But this one I did.
And see, I like the old one.
Do you?
Yeah, I like the old version.
Yeah, I couldn't get through it. I just,
I mean, the original is dense
Yeah.
for sure. I mean, that's a 3-hour movie that they made. It was dense. Indiana Jones.
okay.
Oh God. I mean, you know what? Pull up the trailer for it.
That's kicks and grins.
I still haven't seen it. What are the chances after seeing the trailer that it is better than the one that doesn't exist?
I mean, I don't see how it could be any worse.
Yeah, you can't go much worse than that. But I think it'll be good.
Yeah, Casey, pull up the Indiana Jones trailer.
Let me see here.
I'm gonna see like what they're doing with it.
Have you not seen any of the trailers?
Well, I don't know. Like the one I saw was like a 30-second trailer. I think.
Oh, you got to watch the full trailer.
I haven't seen the full one.
Okay, let me find the full trailer.
While he's doing that, what is Quentin Tarantino's most famous movie?
Critically or popularly? Critically, it's probably Reservoir Dogs.
No, popular.
I don't know. Pulp Fiction.
I mean, I would say Pulp Fiction.
Yeah. His top two are Pulp Fiction and Reservoir Dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did he do Reservoir Dogs or did he just write part of it?
I thought he did it.
I thought
that was his first film.
I don't know.
Pulp Fiction was his first film and then Reservoir Dogs. I could be wrong.
I don't know. I mean, we'd have Gacy Google that next. Is the Indiana Jones?
Reservoir Dogs is the first.
Yeah.
Okay.
Quentin Tarantino.
Okay.
That was the one that he got basically like $5,000 for.
Yeah, because Pulp Fiction actually had a budget.
Yes, Pulp Fiction exists because Reservoir Dogs did so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think he directed it, but I'm pretty sure he did like screenplay or something for True Romance.
He did the screenplay.
Screenplay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which also is a great movie.
All right. Here's the trailer.
All right, this. Oh, there we go.
We got sound.
There we go.
I miss the desert. I miss the sea. And I miss waking up every morning, wondering what wonderful adventure the new day will bring to us.
Is that Sala?
Yes.
Those days have come and gone. Perhaps not. I don't believe in magic. But a few times in my life, I've seen things. Things I can't explain. And I've come to believe it's not so much what you believe. if you believe it.
Who is this man?
I'm her godfather.
Get back.
All right, but I mean, okay, I'm not gonna be the first lane. What do you think? Oh shit, Casey, turn that off.
Sorry.
Thank you. Jesus.
I like the music.
Yeah, the score was good.
Gee, I
You know,
wonder
it makes
why.
me want to go back and watch some of the old Indiana Jones movies.
Yeah.
You mean the 3?
Well, there
And
are
then
only
just-
3.
Well, there are only 3.
Only 3. Yeah. I think this one's gonna be worse than the one that doesn't exist, and I hope I'm wrong.
It can't be worse though.
I mean, I think it can.
I mean, if there's no aliens in it,
How many
it
endings did they test that
automatically-
didn't work? 6?
Yes. A lot.
A lot, yeah. And I don't think they have a good ending. I think they just have one that is less shit than the others.
Well, because all the endings come with one thing: you have to kill Indiana Jones.
Oh, really? Indy has to die?
Well, yeah, you have to.
Why?
Well, because it's Hollywood; they'll bleed that stone dry if you leave him alive. You have to kill. You have to kill Indiana.
You think it was in his contract?
I bet you. Harrison Ford walked in and said, "If I'm doing this fucking movie, you're gonna kill me."
Well, I mean, it would have been in his contract in The Empire Strikes Back if George Lucas had let it.
Yes, he would have died. That's true. He would have died if he wasn't so popular.
Wait. They were going to kill him?
No, he wanted them to kill him.
Oh, okay.
In
makes
Empire
more
Strikes
sense.
Back.
That makes more sense.
And probably in Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, he didn't need that job.
Yeah.
Like he got that job because he was just there, building the set. Like he's a carpenter. Like they were building stuff.
I don't even think he was building the set. I think he was building out the office.
Yeah, and they were like, "Hey, can you come over here and read just real quick?" And he was like, "Yeah, I guess I can come over and read really fucking." And then he went over there, and they were like, "Cool, thanks for reading that." And then George Lucas was like,
You want a job?
"You know, I don't know if we can replace him." And they're like, "He doesn't work for you. He's the carpenter from next door." And George Lucas was like, "Yeah, but like, you think he wants a job?" And like, we can go ask him, I guess. And he was like, "Nah, I don't fucking want to fucking." Yeah, I got. All right, I'll do one movie, I guess. Fucking, just for the money, I guess.
Yeah. And fucking next
And then he
thing
did
you
it
know-
too good. Because let's be fair, he really does steal that movie.
Yeah, the entire movie.
Yeah.
Oh, again, it's because Luke was such a bitch.
He was whiny.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, no offense to Mark Hamill, you know?
No.
There's nothing
Un-
against
Uncle
you personally.
Owen.
Yeah.
I want to go to Tashi Station.
Yeah.
Hang
Get
out
some
with my
power
friends.
converters. I didn't realize how bitchy Luke was until I re-saw that movie in the theater when they re-released it, and I saw it on the big screen for the first time in like Dolby Digital surround sound. And that is the exact line that he's talking about. But Uncle Owen, you're like, God damn, Luke was whiny as fuck.
Here's the
he
thing.
was.
If you picked a random line out of, not like a famous line, a random line out of Star Wars, and you played just Mark Hamill saying something without any of the Star Wars sound effects, 50-50, you can identify it. But if you play Mark Hamill voicing the Joker, 100% chance.
Oh yeah, you can tell when he does that job.
Yeah.
Yeah, easily.
Yeah, he was the animated Joker, right?
Yeah.
He is the Joker. For the record.
Okay, so Casey, try and look up. I think it's like Sisu or something. Sisu.
This movie you're talking about?
Yeah.
This
Finnish? Swedish?
it's a Finnish movie?
It's one of those countries.
Okay.
Apologize for not knowing the real differences between your.
What's it called? Sisu?
I think so.
Okay.
It's one 4-letter word, but I don't remember exactly which.
So it will be in Dutch, Poland voices. I mean,
No, I think the movie.
dialogue?
I think the movie's in English. It's
Oh,
just
okay.
set in somewhere in Scandinavia during World War II.
Gotcha.
Finland. I don't think it's Poland. I think it's Finland or
Is it like SISOU or something?
Action war
Yeah.
movie that came out last year.
Oh, it came out last year?
Yes.
Oh, so it's already out.
Ex-soldier discovers gold in Lapland wilderness, tries to take the loot into
That's-
the
yeah,
city.
yeah.
Nazi soldiers led by brutal battle him.
Pull that up.
All right.
Play the trailer for that.
Yeah. I think you guys will enjoy this.
Let's see here. Just go. Now I know how to spell it.
I have troubles getting excited for that Indiana Jones.
Yeah, I do too.
It's just been so long since.
The last one
They've
was
made
just
one.
so bad. You know?
Yeah.
Like, I remember them as a kid, and they were great. Like, Temple of Doom was terrifying as a kid. Oh, here we go.
All right.
You got it?
Got it.
You're up, dude. Finland.
This old fucker is a gold miner. Rich boys! Get down on your knees. Fuck him up! We got gold!
Oh shit.
Nice.
He was a Finnish commander. He lost his home and his family in the war. He became a one-man death squad. He's one mean motherfucker that you do not want to mess with.
You'll see what happens when you take everything from him.
You really believe that he's immortal?
No, he just refuses to die.
How many minds did you bury here?
All of them.
You? And you?
This is not about who's the strongest. This is about not giving up. We have a word for that in Finland.
We might have a problem.
All right. That reminded me.
All right, I'll go
That
watch
reminded
that.
me of a Tarantino film.
I thought it was kind of like a grindhouse killing
Yeah,
Nazi movies.
it's just John Wick and
What else is coming out
Nazi
that you're going to
time.
see, Casey?
I mean, I'm excited for Transformers.
Really?
Yes,
Okay.
I think it looks good. You know,
I haven't seen the trailer for it.
Rise of the Beast looks pretty good.
Yeah, we did see that the other night, didn't we?
It was it popped on. What else is coming?
Are you going to see Fast 10?
Fast 10. I don't know. That's a tough call for me.
Is it?
I'm getting tired of those movies. There's only so much that, family can do for you before you get tired of that.
They have gone a little off the rails.
Yeah,
How old is
a little.
is the return of Xander?
What, Triple X?
Yeah.
I think the return of Xander Cage was legitimately like 10 years after the first Triple X.
So quite some time.
Because they had that one with Ice Cube in the middle, the State of the Union. And then it was like, all of a sudden, they were just like, oh, yeah, by the way, he didn't die. And you're like, okay, cool. Good for him.
They made a. It's like a Jesus movie about hippies. It's the best way I can describe it. It's with Kelsey Grammer, who plays a reverend, who has a bunch of hippies come to his church, and guess what? The old white people aren't having it. You know what I mean? You got to see the fucking trailer. It's supposed to be like a feel good movie, but it's just fucking exhausting. It's just like okay, 53 years after fucking Woodstock.
Let's say, is it
fucking white
a
people
period
finally
piece
learned our
set in
lesson.
1975?
It's like in 69, 70. Yeah, it's a
That
period
makes
piece.
sense. Mission Impossible.
There's another one.
Yes.
God, when are they gonna stop making those fucking movies?
Probably after this two-parter, I think is the last two they're making. Because Tom Cruise is trying to get that movie in space thing to go off.
Movie in space?
Yes, he's trying to film a movie in space,
Oh Jesus!
which they've apparently have permits for. They just have to get.
Well, hold on. Who the fuck do you need a permit to go to space for? Like, if you got the technology and the money, who the fuck is permitting you?
Well, you need to be astronaut certified to go to space.
I don't think if you can build your own motherfucking rocket, that's true.
Well, if you can build your own rocket, then you can just make your own reasoning. But I believe you still need an astronaut, which is why Jeff Bezos actually hired astronauts.
I'm just saying. I mean, Tom Cruise got that Scientology money. I'm pretty sure they could put a rocket together.
I'm not sure that's accurate in this country. Even if you could build a rocket, I still think you have to register it under whatever that national act is for weapons.
But it's not a weapon, is it?
I don't know.
No, but
It's a conveyance.
I mean, technically, it is a missile.
I mean, no, technically, it's a conveyance.
Well, no, because don't remember reading through all the different registration
yes.
areas.
You know what? There was one for spacecrafts that you had to register with you needed a permit for it,
Yeah,
like a carry and conceal permit, but for spaceships.
for launching stuff into orbit.
Yeah, you're right. It was on the list. Yeah.
Sweet.
So basically, you've got to go to this entity that gives permits. I mean, what?
Yes,
Who
the United-
issues?
It's the
The
government.
United States
Yeah, it's the you get a permit from the government for spaceships.
But what if I'm in Spain?
Well, then you would go to the Spanish government for that.
So it's
And
a
then
global.
Hope when your orbit takes you over countries that have the capabilities, you don't get shot out of the sky.
Right.
Is he wearing any U.S. government markings? Yeah, the wetsuit.
Wait, are we still talking about Tom Cruise going into space? Because I think everybody would recognize him.
Yeah.
I'd probably be happy to shoot him down.
Yeah, I don't know what the movie's for. I don't think it's Mission Impossible. I just know that he's working on this thing,
Well, I
this
mean,
project to film in
vodka's made
space.
with the tears of Russians. So, what would the tears of Scientologists give you? I wonder.
Gin.
Gin. You think so?
Yeah, gin.
Okay. You
I think the
that-
British might have something to say about that.
Well, none of them are here to say that I'm wrong.
You think Scientology tears are kind of piney?
A little bit.
Little juniper in there.
Little juniper-y. Yes. Yeah, a little piney. Yeah,
A little piney. Okay.
yeah, I think so. I would be, yes.
I mean, you were a gin drinker. You would know.
I do like gin.
I like gin too.
It's not like I retired. I just haven't drank it a lot.
You're on a
lately.
hiatus.
No, I'm just not drinking much. Like the last time I had a drink was last Tuesday, and
That's
it
not,
was.
you had a drink like 20 minutes ago.
Oh, I said I don't drink much. But like until tonight, the last drink I had was last Tuesday, and I only had, 3/4 of a shot or whatever, and I don't even think I can choke down the rest of that chocolate or bourbon, whatever the fuck it is.
Whiskey.
whoa.
It's American single malt.
Oh,
Sure.
The Equalizer 3 is coming out in September.
That's good.
And
What's going to happen to the Equalizer TV show?
Oh, that shit needs to get canceled. September 22nd. Expendables 4.
Ooh.
Really?
Yes.
It has a date.
It has a date.
Isn't that one of those that they shot years ago and they just never released it?
No, it's the one that they've been like having trouble with because we had COVID first.
Well, and every
And then-
action star in it is like 70 years old.
Yeah, you've got that, and then how do you keep writing those? Stallone had to really go. All right, what haven't we done yet? Who haven't we gotten? Like who can I call on the phone? I mean, what's he do? Just call like Steven Seagal, like, "Hey, you want to be in my movie?"
Well, I mean,
Christoph Waltz.
I don't think. Oh, would they bring
See,
him
I
in
don't
for
think
the fourth one?
as much as I like him, I don't think he counts. You
I don't
need
think he fits
old
the
school
profile.
guys. Yeah, it's old.
That's
school.
why you get him.
But he's not old school.
He doesn't need a walker.
He's new.
Okay. I like him, so I could see where they would
Well, he's,
put him in
no,
there.
I'm not saying he's not a good actor.
No, I think
I don't think he meets the qualification to be expendable.
What about the villain of the Expendable?
No.
No.
No, because that guy
'Cause
has
he
to
does-
also be expendable. Like, Jean-Claude Van Damme was the bad guy in 2. Mel Gibson was the bad guy in 3. Stone Cold Steve Austin was the bad guy in the first one, plus that other dude whose name I forget.
Yeah, I got nothing.
I don't remember. But, Stone Cold Steve Austin.
I don't think I ever saw the third Expendables. I think I only saw the first 2.
The third one is okay.
Yeah.
I like Antonio Banderas' character in that one.
I think the Expendables peaked when Chuck Norris made a Chuck Norris joke.
Definitely.
That was the pinnacle.
That was definitely where it was like, you can't go any higher than that.
Well, no one can out Chuck Norris. There was one other movie. It was like it's like a prison horror movie, but I don't remember the name of it.
Prison Break?
No, I think it's coming out. I don't know. I could not be. I was wrong about that Caesar movie. It's already out apparently. What's it on? Does it say?
It didn't. I can try to find it for you.
Yeah, I'm just curious.
Apparently, they're redoing The Exorcist. That'll be exciting.
Oh, that's what it was. There was another maybe it wasn't a prison horror movie. It was like Prison Exorcist. Like there were demons taking over a prison or some shit. I forget the name of it.
So that might be kind of cool.
Yeah, it didn't look bad, honestly. It looked okay. It just, I don't remember the name of it. That's why I wrote it down, and then I forgot my list, like an idiot. But I'm sure it'll show up if you type in movies, although it might already be out. I don't know. It was with Michael Madsen, I think. No, that was a different one. That was out. That was another horror movie. Never mind. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it's not the greatest year for movies, that's for sure. There are some good ones, but
Of the movies that we've talked about, how many of them are theater worthy?
Not many.
Versus, I don't know, John Wick 4?
That one is, yeah.
I mean, John Wick for sure.
Dune?
Oh, it's on.
I think
HBO, is it?
Oppenheimer would be.
Ooh,
I think that'll be theater worthy
okay.
because I like the way that Christopher Nolan does his cinematic work.
Sure.
Yeah.
He always has those really cool scenes that you should really appreciate in theater.
I think that one's theater only, but I don't know. The Tetris one, I think, was Apple Plus or something.
Tetris is Apple, yes.
Yeah.
The Air Jordan movie's coming out too.
There's an Air Jordan movie?
Yes,
Yeah.
kinda, with Matt Damon and Brad Pitt.
What?
Or not Matt Damon and
Ben Affleck.
Ben Affleck. They play the guys who invent the Air Jordans and get Michael Jordan to
Okay.
sign them or something like that. It looks pretty interesting, actually.
But when you first said that, I was picturing something in between like Space Jam and some other stupid fucking movie. So
It kind of looks like a Ford versus Ferrari type.
Yeah, it's definitely a period piece. Like it's like a '90s,
Right.
Like set in the '90s for sure.
I can't remember those goddamn movies. Like I said, the only ones that I really want to see are the Tetris movie and the Oppenheimer movie. The rest of them, I don't really give a flying fuck about. They don't sound very good to me. But again, we're probably running out of juice on the other cameras. So,
Yeah,
unless you
probably.
guys got anything pertinent to say,
I'm good. Will?
I'm good.
Casey?
I'm good.
All right.
all right, then I guess we'll just end it there.
Check, please.
I want my bighorn